Hey everybody, day 28. We're in Luke chapter 15. And Luke chapter 15 has three different parables in it, but they all have this common thread through them. It's this thread of something is lost, somebody goes out there to find it, and it really equates to you and me being the lost ones and Jesus coming after us. So the first one, there's tax collectors and sinners drawing near to Jesus, and the Pharisees are grumbling because sinners are eating with Jesus. They think that the righteous, the good, the perfect ones should be the ones hanging out with Jesus, not these sinners. So Jesus tells these three parables. The first one is about a man who has 100 sheep. If he loses one, he leaves the other 99, goes out until he finds that one sheep, and it just comes back rejoicing about it. The second parable, lost coins. Woman has 10 silver coins. She loses one. She, in the middle of the night, lights a lamp, sweeps the house, seeks diligently until she finds it. When she's found it, she calls her friends and neighbors saying, "Look, I found my coin, the lost one!" It's pretty awesome. And then the last one. The last one's probably the more complex one, but it's the one that really is just beautiful for us to take in and read today. See, there's a son of a rather wealthy guy. He comes up to his father. He says, "Look, I'm done with all this. I'm ready to go out on my own. Give me my share of the inheritance." He goes on out. He enjoys himself, throws parties, has fun, uses up all his money, finds out he's broke one day. I mean, imagine this guy going to swipe his credit card, and it says denied. And he swipes the next credit card, and it says denied. And he has no cash on him, so he's denied, right? So it comes to a point where he ends up going and working for a pig farmer, and he can't even eat the stuff the pigs are given. And so he literally has nothing. He is in the lowest of low, the deepest of deep gutters of life. And he comes to his senses and says, "At least I'll go back and I'll work for my father." I mean, by no means should I be considered a son of him. By no means should he take me back into his house. But at least if I'm working for him, I know I'll have a place to live. I'll know I'll have plenty of food. I know I'll be okay. So he goes back. And on his way up the road, up that windy road, up to his father's, he notices a man running out to him. And it's his father. And his father says, you know, this man is trying to explain, the son is trying to explain all that he did against his father and how he's so sorry and that he just wants to be a servant. But the father says, "Look, get a robe, kill a fattened calf, get a party going, get out the best drinks. My son who was lost is alive. He was lost, but now he is found." And they begin to celebrate. And then the older brother comes into play. The older brother gets ticked off. The older brother's like, "Come on, Dad, I've done everything and you won't even throw a party for me." The older brother misses the point, doesn't he? I mean, think about it in terms of what was going on before Jesus preaches these parables. These Pharisees were coming. They were the sinners. Or, I'm sorry, these Pharisees were coming. The tax collectors and the sinners were coming too. And they were the ones who really should have been kicked out in the mind of the Pharisees, mind you. But these religious leaders, these religious teachers, they were like, "Come on, get them out of here, Jesus." And then Jesus explains and teaches this really cool parable, right? And oftentimes I think when we're part of a church, when we're kind of enveloped in this whole faith life, we become like that older brother. We forget that lost things matter. We forget that people in the lowest of lows need a pick-me-up, right? They need that life that Jesus has to offer. They need that hope he can give. Most people, they get stuck, right? Most people have nowhere else to turn. And we tend to be like that older brother. We tend to look at people and we go, they should have done things differently. They should have learned their lesson. They should have, we number off a number of different reasons and excuses. We forget that we're just as guilty. We're just as down in the gutter on our own way, shape, or form certain days. It calls us to be people who are after those who are lost, after those who are down in the gutters, after those who don't know the incredible life they could have with Jesus. Some of them may not want it, but it doesn't mean we just stop loving on them. It doesn't mean we just stop caring about them. It means we do it all the more. Like that shepherd going after that one sheep, like that woman going after that lost coin. We go after those God's heart breaks for. So read them. 3 awesome parables. Get into Luke chapter 15 today. God bless.